canvas size. Now, one thing I do need to see quick is just that I need 800 divided by 32, 25, and 600 divided by 32, which I think isn't quite a full number. No, it is 18.75. So that's fine. We'll do it 19 high, and then as long as it, oh no, not 192, 19 high, and as long as it's longer than 25, it's fine. So we'll make it 50, because this way we can sort of make it scrolling. What we're gonna do now as well, in here, we want to put the primary color, and we're going to use tile 0, 0, and that will be our, oh hello, that's a bit bigger than I was expecting it. Close that, we don't need the history, like that, and then tile 1, which you'll see in a minute, and that'll go like that. So this is going to be quite difficult to see, because I'm going to save this as the levels, and it will make more sense because eventually I want to make a level creator and you can actually build it like in game, so you put the tiles down instead. But for now I'm using colours, and yeah, basically if the red equals 1, the red is the X value, the green is going to be the Y value. So the grass here is 0, 0, so that's green, red 0, green 0, and the blue can be anything. We're going to use that eventually to be rotation. But this one here that I'm changing now will be red of 1, which is still quite black. So yeah, it isn't going to make a lot of sense based on what the level file looks like. The level file isn't going to look like a lot, to be honest with you. I do need to count here. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that will be our other one. So this is going to be like a brick, if you haven't already guessed. That, I think? Yeah, that looks about right. And yeah, so what I should now be able to do is take that and copy it across to here, and to here, and to here, and then do the same all the way down. And this should then look like a brick wall, just because I've got to do these sides and the top, so I think a brick wall would kind of work for that. Yeah, that'll be fine. That matches that much. Yeah, right. So effect, noise, add a bit of noise again. There you go, that much intensity works. So that's that, and the level file saved as well. So the first thing we want to do here is load the level. We're going to do this as an image because it just makes it easier. We've already got that image class there that lets us load images, so we might as well use that to load images with. I don't know what I just wrote there. There we go. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Why can't you? The only problem is obviously because the in-aim image clashes with one of the main things in Java. You have to like manually select to collect it every time. But that's fine. It's nothing too bad. This dot width equals image dot get width. This dot height equals height equals image dot get height, and this dot layout equals get equals image dot copy. And now I've actually got to define copy in the image class. So what copy is going to do, as I said, this image class will be beefing out as we keep going. So what we're going to do here is going to make all we're literally going to do we want to do it that way? Do we want to do this way? No, we'll do it this way. So for in I equals 0, I is less than pixels dot length I plus plus, make new array called return, called ret because we can't call it return, new integer array of pixels dot length. And in here what we're now going to do is ret equals pixels. Make sure you do that just because I believe if you just return something, it links it to it, so the image at the store will be pixels and it'll be weird, and I don't know if that affects it when you delete it. I could by all means test it, but I'm too lazy to do that. So I might as well set it up like that. Layout. Integer array. So now that should all be fine. And we've loaded our image there. Whole level with 4 things, sorry. And then we come to doing our... Or do I want to store it as a block, maybe? Storing them as a block would be quite cool. That would let you delete things as well, and interact with the blocks, particularly. Maybe. I'll see. We'll see how it gets on, because I've made that block thing now. And it made me edit the collisions a lot easier. I'll leave it like that for now. We'll see. We'll see when we come back to it. Now we're going to do render. Int target in s width. I do need to make that target a array instead of just an integer, like so. Now we're going to make a x0 and y0 as always. This is pretty much going to be the same as so what we're going to do, we're actually going to change this to an xs and a ys, an xe and a ye. This is an x start, y start, x end, y end. So the way this is going to work is I do need to define the height as well. So s height equals target.length over s width. So that gives us our height of the screen as well. So in this, xs equals this.x, which we're going to start by making it, yeah, how much the level is. So we need to, we're going to make x minus value if it moves to the left. So that's okay. So we're going to do this.x is going to be a minus value. So yeah, we need to make that a minus, like that. So that's now our x value in a minus. I haven't defined x yet, but that's fine. That's that stored in a minus. And we're going to start there. If we divide that now, so if we've got -4, for example, and we divide that by our TS tile sheet dot get width. We do need to store the tile sheet. There's one thing I haven't done up here. This dot tile sheet equals TS. So let's just put that into field instead, like that. And get width we haven't defined apparently. I thought I did. Oh no, get dimensions. Why did I do it as get dimensions? That's the most awkward way I could have done it. Get dim dot x, and that will give us the x starting tile, which is pretty cool. Y start, y end, and x end. With that being y, that being y, that being y, and that being y. Isn't quite right yet, but it's nearly there. And put a space between them. So this dot x, let's just quickly define x and y as well. Like so. Just add them onto the end of the width and height, you can always do that. So now this, for the x end, we're going to take how much our x value has moved, obviously. And instead now what we're going to do is we're going to add engine height to it. Our s height, sorry. So the height of the screen. And then divide that by that as well. And then we're going to add 1 to the whole lot. So, like so. No, sorry, this is the x. So this is be the width. And then copy that, put it here. Make this into the height instead. And then change these to be from x to be y. So this is to you the starting value and the finishing value for the x and the y. And now we start loop. So we start the int x equals, and it's going to start at xs, obviously. All the time I is less than xe. Should be less than equal to. We'll see in a minute. You'll see in a minute what it should be. So I can't think off the top of my head. But ys, j is less than y end, j plus plus. So that's that. Why is that wrong? Oh. Make sure we set that right as well. So now we're looping, and now what we're going to do is layout I plus j times, yeah, because this is just going to loop the tiles. So I plus j times this dot width. This just works out exactly what tile we're talking about in our layout array. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that tile. Now that's just a number, isn't it? Yeah. So that is the number of the tile. So we just call that make that into an integer called tile, and we'll store that. Then what we're going to do, because that's just the color value as well. So we're then going to go to this. This dot tile sheet dot get tile tile dot art dot get red and art dot get blue over here, and into these what you put is tile. Again, I haven't defined these functions yet, but I'm going to define them in a minute. And this will be stored in an image class just called img. And then if img does not equal null, img dot render. Okay, target width. Now the x value we're going to render it at is the what x value is it we're going to render it at? That's a good point. So the x value we're going to render it at is, so the I is giving us a loop. We need to do it as this value here is where we need to render. But what if it does? What if what does? Fucking hell, why can't I think of this? That gives us a starting position and a finishing position. What we do need to do is change, is I need to add to it the modulus of that plus that times that. Oh, fucking hell. Why can't I think of this? So we need to set up in here. What we're going to do is we're going to set x over and y over as well. And for the x values, so this is all the time x changes. So this is going to keep moving across to x. XO is going to equal so we're going to need that times that times that gives us what x values that gives us. So the XS start is the start of the tile that we're using. That's the first tile, so that's going to be like a 3, for example, we could be using. But that needs to be drawn at a certain amount off the screen. So we need to do it at I minus XS. This will give us the tile in relation to the screen. What we're then going to do is add this dot x modulus this dot tile sheet dot get dim dot x. So the modulus value will divide it by the second value, in this case is the x value, is the width value, sorry, and gives us what remaining little bit there is. So that will be between 0 and 32, 0 and 31. And we're going to add that to that. It gives us what value that is, what value that is. We then need to, no, because that needs to then go into the second brackets, and that needs to be times by this, which I should really store rather than keep calling it. Yeah, let's store it quick. Point P equals this dot tile sheet dot get dim, and then rather than using this all the time, we can just put P dot X, P dot Y, and again here P dot X and P dot Y, P dot X again, sorry. So that should hopefully sort it out. Yo, ys, p.y, this.x, and p.y again there. Yeah, that should hopefully draw it in the right place. I hope. And we need to define these art classes, this art class here as well. This is going in engine.gui. What could I, yeah, I could just store this in image, couldn't I? Might as well just store this in image. So, rather than that, instead we're going to do image.getRed and image.getBlue over here. Blue? Why am I doing blue? It needs to be green. Right, so let's create this method in here. Now what we're going to do is tile, we're going to return, when I can spell return, tile minus 0 times ff 1 to 10. So tile minus black will give us a value in terms of the colour. So the colour now is going to be that. What we're then going to do is divide by 256. This will give us, yeah, that will give us the value of the green. And divide by 256 again. That will give us the value of the red. And then just to make sure, we're just going to modulus it by 256. But that should be fine, I think. And delete that. Then just copy this twice and change it from get red to get green. And to do the get green, we just delete this last one, like so. And obviously we're just going to change this to get blue. When we delete all of this, and we just straight up modulus the 256 value. Okay, so that's that, that's that. Why can't point? Yeah, include that. What's wrong with excess here? Why is that? There's a duplicate local variable of XS. Is there? You sure? Oh no, it's because I didn't put a semicolon on the end, I'll put an L instead. That'd be a good idea. So now we've made this level. What we're going to do is go into our render function and do level.render. And hopefully, it's very unlikely, I always find they detect a gravitational wedge from two black holes colliding. Oh, wicked! I never knew that. Where'd you find that? Now it never works first time, obviously. So let's see what we're going to do here. Array index out of bounds. I is 0. J is 19. That's the height, isn't it? So what's Y end? Y end is 601. Fucking fantastic. Oh, that's because I don't divide by the size of the thing, do I? So let's divide that by p.x. And that's divided by p.x already. That was divided by p.y. Oh no, because I'm not dividing the right things by p.y. That needs to be divided by p.y, doesn't it? Like that. Is that right? No, that's wrong. What the fuck am I doing? That, then that, and then that. Like so? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I don't need that bracket. Is that how this works? God damn it. Oh no, because that one needs to be included in this. So all of that together needs to be divided by p.x. And then all of that needs to be divided by p.x. Yeah. So no. Fucking hell, man. We don't need to divide it by p.x a second time. So just that. That's all we need. Add all of that up. Is that right? Stop. Try again. Well, that's nearly right. Oh my god, that's pretty cool. I'll look at that link in a minute. That's nearly right, I guess. That's not really right at all. Let's be honest. If anything, it's drawing the complete wrong thing. Like, oh, damn it. Right, I'm going to step out a second. I'll be back in a minute, guys.